UBC, inspiring Uganda.
And now, we get to cruise on the mighty, spectacular River Nile after the falls.
Mostly, when we come for a boat cruise,
yes,
we expect to see mostly aquatic animals.
Later, I get to experience Zambia's fresh awesome meal that is a combination of local cuisine and a Western taste.
if you're really visiting Murchison Falls and you don't pass by Zambia River Lodge, either to have a night or to have a meal, then truly you've not visited Murchison Falls.
This is chilling.
Oh yeah, guys, good morning. I hope you had a beautiful morning as much as I did. Man, this place is crazy. It's so quiet, you can't even believe it. You only get to hear crickets and maybe some buffaloes sort of moving around just to give you that vibe of good security. Man, it has been a while since I've ever woken up this early, like literally, I'm being honest. Has sort of given me that school vibe of waking up as early as 5, so we have to wake up as early as that to catch the game drive. I don't know where the fascination comes from, man. If you have to see some idyllic wildlife here, you've got to wake up as early as 5, but our car gets to move at 6. So we've decided to wake up this early and yeah, set ourselves up and get ready for that game drive, because I can't wait for you guys to get to see the wildlife. It's so beautiful, it's so breathtaking. I mean, this is, I think, one of the best animal conservations we have in this country. So right there is our car, and our ranger Vivian is right there waiting for us. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm ready to go. Come on, wildlife.
The next day before we left Murchison Falls, there was one last thing for us to do. Uganda is a country known as one of the best safari destinations due to its abundance of wildlife. Safari goers from all over the world motor across the savannas and woodlands that straddle the river. It didn't take us long to spot some animals that we have been looking forward to see in close range. The tracks along Murchison Falls can be quite adventurous. A really special sight is coming upon the elephant. Elephants are rather composed animals. In these moments, it's easy to understand the true value of these animals, which is simply having them live in peace in their natural habitat.
Murchison Falls National Park is a naturally blessed land with gifts of Mother Nature. This place has epic and interesting wildlife. So Vivian, I should consider myself very lucky for at least spotting some of the big five. I got to spot a lion, I've got to spot, actually there were three, an elephant, and what else was there? Should we also consider buffalo as the big five?
Yes, but on that you have altered them.
Yes.
But I can actually give you what the big five are.
Yes.
The big five include elephants,
Yes.
buffalo,
Yeah.
rhino, lion,
Yes.
and leopard.
Okay.
And why are they called the big five?
Yes.
Big five means these are animals which are very strong, first of all. Very strong compared to the rest of the animals. And they are aggressive in nature.
Yes.
On the other hand, they can withstand conditions, however tough conditions are. Also, these kind of animals, when they are attacked or when something is approaching them, they are always steady and ready to protect themselves. And when actually you approach them, that means your life is at a stake.
Yes.
Always they want to win. What do I mean? They always want to kill.
Yes.
That's why they are called the big five.
Yes.
Very
so,
brave.
Vivian, as we take a simple walk, so it's not always so occasional that you get to see lions. How lucky were we today?
Well, from the beginning, I actually emphasize that with nature, we don't have to guarantee, but also we kind of look at the behavior of the animal. Now, this one specifically, we are talking about the cat family. Why we chance actually at that time, almost 99%, you'll find that lions actually and leopards are very, very active morning hours and evening hours.
Yes.
Why am I saying this? These are lazy animals naturally. They are only active when the weather is fine.
Yes.
That's why you find that in the morning hours, let's say from 5 o'clock up to about 8 a.m., that's the time they are lively and they have enough energy to hunt. Right. And remember, these animals are not good at running.
Yes.
So when the weather is too harsh, it makes the body lazy. Just like a human being, you cannot go to the garden when it is hot. You get? Normally, even a human being goes to the garden early hours when you have enough energy. When it gets hotter, you become more weaker.
Okay.
Yes.
So Vivian, what makes this place turn to life? What gives it life?
What gives it life?
Yes, Murchison Falls National Park. What gives it life?
Well, first of all, the word Murchison Falls.
Yes.
The word Murchison Falls. This is the most powerful water body that which attracts almost all the attention. You talk about the national park, but now you bring the aspect of the falls.
Yes.
When you're coming to view the animals, there's that aspect that falls. I first reach the falls. So the falls alone, when you actually reach that point, you will realize that the place is so magnificent that the water body, where it is squeezing itself, is first of all more powerful compared to what one maybe has ever seen before in other parts of the country.
With you personally, what is so interesting about the park? Because I believe you've been here for how long now?
Well, I'm now about 12 years.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Working in this particular park?
Working in particular in Murchison Falls. Yeah, I joined around 2011. Yes. So what is something special that I like about the park? First of all, the scenery is so beautiful, undulating kind of land. When actually you're coming and entering the park, you will be kind of in a place where like you're in a curtain. I call that a curtain. So behind the curtain, there's light. So that curtain, I call it Budongo Forest. That's a curtain we have. When you open the curtain, you go through the forest. Again, you get another small curtain, that is the woodland. As if that's not enough, the woodland opens for you light, that is savanna vegetation, which really makes the park look beautiful. And savanna is when actually more sightings are more vibrant. Yes. As we started, you saw how we started spotting antelopes, giraffe, elephants, then we landed on lions. Yeah.
Okay, so Vivian, also without not leaving out the water body, we just have a beautiful picture of a great water body. Which water body is that?
Well, actually we are surrounded with two water bodies. The one we crossed at the bridge, that is Victoria Nile. But right, the one we're in now, this is Albert Nile. Sometimes we call it Blue Nile. Yes. Albert Nile actually branches just from the mother lake, that is Lake Albert. And it pours its water to Sudan, where the name changes from Khartoum to White Nile and leaves for Egypt. And research has it that this water increases for about after 3 months in Egypt. That means if you throw an object in Albert Nile, it will take 3 months for this water to increase from the point that is Egypt. Yeah.
On UBC, the program that helps you identify opportunities for investment, job creation, growing your entrepreneurial skills, wealth creation, and social transformation.
We have a product that is ready for schools, supermarkets.
Create wealth, transform livelihoods. Every week, we showcase opportunities for creating new products and enterprises.
I now harvest a lot of cocoa. When I harvest it, I sell. After selling, I put money in my project. I have 2 projects. 1 is for construction of my house, 2 is for educating my children.
Excellence in innovation, the passion and drive to succeed, and the right mindset to grow your business. Lives transformed on UBC. Every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Create wealth, transform livelihoods. Brought to you by Operation Wealth Creation.
Vivian,
Yes,
there
please.
is no way you can not admire this. What is this I'm seeing before me?
This is a water pod.
Okay.
First of all, let me say something. Why are you seeing it's like something is covering water? Well, when it rains, you'll find that most of the top layers of the soils are washed. And also with this park, we have a number of minerals. And this is a combination of minerals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have around cobalt, zinc, copper, all these are done in this park. So when it rains, some of these particles are washed down here. Yeah, that's why you're seeing this cover taking place like this.
So how does the color come about? That's
Well,
still minerals.
Yeah. Now the reflection of the sun,
Yeah.
when hits the minerals, remember it's combined with water.
Yeah.
So water and light have to form something.
Yeah.
You get. So at the end of the day, the minerals which were washed, when it is heat, they come up with that color. Get? Yeah. But you may not really feel it so much, but when you touch, you feel water. So this kind of pod, it helps to kind of keep water to cater for animals during dry season.
Okay,
And
so
most of the animals come here, especially warthogs, they come and wallow. You know, warthogs wallow, buffaloes wallow. As they wallow, they drink the water. Until again, rain season, when this water completely dries up, that means the water has been preserved for that duration, while the animals keep waiting for the next season. It's kind of a reserve for the animals.
wow. So how deep do you think it is?
Well, it's just a few, let's say some feet, but it's walkable. yeah, whereby animals can easily go through and come out. It's not very deep.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's try to go far away from it. We might slip and fall in there. So Vivian,
Yes,
one of my favorite animals, you can't believe this, is a giraffe.
It's a giraffe.
Yes, and we happened to spot some of them on our way here or in the park during the drive. So what can you tell me? Because I saw two kind that have different patterns. And is it sort of like one of the major attractions in this park? What can you tell me about that?
Wow. Giraffe, first of all, we are unique in the way that we have giraffe. Giraffe is a unique animal. First of all, its posture and the height.
Yes.
Is one of the tallest animal compared to the rest of the animals. You get? Now about the color variation, comes about difference of sexes. Yes, the one you saw which is black, that's a male. And usually males tend to darken when they reach the age of about 5 years. They begin to darken. While females remain light skinned even if they are young and they get older, they remain light skinned. So it's the same species, but on that males darken with age, while females remain light skinned.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's just the same species.
Amazing.
And the kind of giraffe we have the type called Rothschild.
Rothschild.
But the name is changing to Nubian. So now we can call them Nubian giraffe. Yes.
The exploration of this beautiful park just gets better and better with time. I mean, something about this place, Vivian, we have to know the history of this place. Do you know some of the history of this rich place?
Well, I can tell you something about it briefly.
Yes.
Well, Murchison Falls National Park came a way bit earlier than its name. Well, first of all, if you look at this, even if you read books, you realize that this park, before, let's say, 18th century, this was not called Murchison Falls. It was just a community place where people were staying. Yes, different tribes were here.
Yes.
The Alur, Acholi, let's say the Lugbar, name them, and the Banyankole, the Banyoro. All these tribes were staying around here, and actually these animals was part of their livelihood. Now, as time went on, it so happened that we started receiving visitors from different countries. These are the explorers, these are the missionaries, okay? Yes. So during that time, they started moving to Africa, yes? As they came to Africa, I singled this one, one of these ones, Sir Samuel Baker, also visited Uganda in 1864. So Sir Samuel Baker came, and actually he went to Sudan first of all, where he made a stopover, and from there he got his friend called John Speak.
Yeah.
Yes. So John Speak said for him I'd discovered the source of the Nile.
Yes.
All right. Then Sir Samuel Baker said, well, if you're done with the source of the Nile, let me also take my tour and do what? Continue, and whatever I will see, it's fine if you've discovered the source of the Nile. So he continued following the Nile from the north, that White Nile, which is now Albert Nile we are seeing on the right. He followed the Albert Nile with his canoe until he reached Lake Albert. Lake Albert, he turned left. The water body, we had a stopover where the bridges crossed. That is Victoria Nile. He followed that water until he kind of was blocked by the waterfall, which now he named it Murchison Falls, okay, at his time. But remember, this explorer got people here in this place, communities staying here. So he was moving around those people, the locals. Much as did not know their language, but a few of them could speak what? English. And they kind of accompanied him around. He hiked to the falls up where he had the better view. Actually, most of his time he stayed around the falls. Is where he named it Murchison Falls to remember the Prime Minister of England by then, who was a president, who sent him to Africa. So he wanted to give a thanks to him and say, thank you for sending me. I give this Murchison Falls.
Wow.
But before,
did it used to have a certain name?
Before, it was called Kabalega. Kabalega was a king of Bunyoro because Kabalega covered all this area as a king. Remember, Africa is governed by kings. So way back, we find that we were governed by those either Kabakas or kings. So this place was under the Kabaka of Bunyoro. That was Kabalega. So when Sir Samuel Baker got to the place, of course, he met resistance with the Kabaka in the place. But no way out. They had to come into agreement. Then the name was changed from Kabalega to Murchison Falls. But there's something that I want to give you about also the community. Yes. Well, it was around now, that was somewhere back in 1864. Yes. But it so happened that in 1906, there was an outbreak of tsetse which killed a number of people in this place, in this park. So that meant that these people had to leave the place. And at that time, we were under the British rule. So the British kind of came to concern saying, we cannot leave people to die. So let people separate from the animals. Now, communities were pushed away. The areas you hear about Gulu, Arua, Nebi, Masindi, name them. All these people were pushed to those areas. What does it mean? It meant that the animals remained alone here with the few people who were trying to look after these animals. By then, as rangers, but there were not really many. So these animals remained in this place. People were pushed away. Now, when people were pushed away, somehow they were not having access also to kill more animals, and animals reproduced. As the numbers increased, the British rule by then realized that there was importance to gazette these areas. Yes, so they came in to say, no, let's begin gazetting Murchison Falls. This is now, let it be a game reserve. So in 1926, this place was gazetted as a game reserve. And at that time, it attracted more infrastructures to develop. The small roads you see now, which we are naming them Queen's Track, Victoria, all these roads were constructed like that.
They say history is not the past, but a map of the past, drawn from a particular point of view to be useful to the modern traveler. No wonder this park is the largest and most visited national park in Uganda.
Ankit, a lot of people don't know the importance of going out of the city and coming in the world. How important is this?
It's very important. You know, people has a very stressed life.
Yeah.
So at least once in a month, I prefer to go out, chill.
Yeah.
And you know, it can relax. It can bring out your all stress.
Yes.
So it's very important.
How was the feeling like when you got to see some of the animals in real life?
It was really excited.
Yeah.
First, I see the lion, you know, it was scaring actually me, but I got excited also.
Yeah.
And I'm here with my family also, they're all excited.
Yeah.
And this is the place I can say people has to visit.
Yes.
At least once in a month, and you get see so many animals, lion, elephants.
Yeah.
And you will enjoy.
Yes. Most of the people actually spend a lot of time stressing on a lot of things way back home. Just coming here, and also the climate, the landscape, the plantation, plus the water body, it just makes a perfect combination of a relaxation.
Yes.
And you're also staying at Zambia River Road.
Yes.
And how is that? How has been your stay like?
Very comfortable.
Yeah.
Very comfortable. You know, Zambia River Lodge has a different varieties of the cottages, banda. The food is very delicious, and I'm enjoying even breakfast here in the forest. So it's really good experience even the Zambia.
Well, Ankith, I think we are having a bit of a display of the next Spider-Man, a Ugandan Spider-Man to be.
Yeah, he's on top here.
He's enjoying his view from the top. Man, that's very cool. How are you? You okay?
Yes.
Have you been enjoying your stay so far?
Yes, very much.
Spider-Man to be.
Ugandan Spider-Man.
Yeah, we have one Spider-Man in the making right there. He's a bit young, but yeah, he'll grow up to become a good Spider-Man. Wakanda forever! Talk about nature to its best. This place has offered me heaven. From the wildlife to the water bodies to the pasture, and the landscape of this place makes it so easy for somebody to sight any animal. I got lucky today. At least I got to see one of the members of the Big Five, and that's the king of the jungle, the lion itself. And I would recommend everybody to at least once in a while, at least once in a year, get such an experience. That moment when you get a friend who can tell you, Drago, put on your boots, hop into that car, and we'll go in for an adventure. Vivian has given me such a great tour, and I think she's going to help me with her binoculars. I'm about to spot something that is... Ooh! Is that another lion I'm seeing at the end? So I'm going to go on chase that lion, and as I remind you guys that always tune into the show, because Chilling comes up with different activities, different concepts, and this has been yours truly, Drago. Next time, I hope next year towards December when the year is ending, we shall come up with such a masterpiece.